from a case that actually happened back in 2015. So if I can get Michelle and Austin, please come up here. I'm going to read this to you. We can get you some information or get you a copy of it afterwards and stuff. And but I'll give you a little bit of information about the case and how things transpired. Austin, I'll let you introduce yourself, and then I'll go through this, present you with the plaque and stuff, and then they may have some questions for you afterwards. Okay? All right. Okay. This is Austin, and
hello.
let me go through this, and then I'll let them ask you some questions and stuff.
All right.
Okay. On January the 19th of 2015, at approximately 10:30 in the morning, Austin was in the basement of his residence in the 1000 block of North Cardington. He heard a doorbell ring, and a short time later, he heard glass breaking in a room in the basement where he was at. He heard a commotion, which he thought was his brother fighting with someone. Austin tried to obtain a firearm, which they had in the house as well. He could not get in there to gain access to that. He continued to try, but he heard the suspect demanding money from his brother. Still unable, or I'm sorry, as he moved toward the voices, he learned that they had now moved upstairs in their residence, where his mother and brother were at. He ran up the stairs and confronted that suspect, who was a 45-year-old white male. He was holding a pry bar in his hand. This individual was still demanding that money at the time. Austin charged him and pinned him against the wall, and during that struggle, he used a pocket knife that he had grabbed from his dresser when he was downstairs. He pushed that suspect against the wall and cut the suspect with a knife at that time. This was all done in defense of his younger brother and his mother, who were in the house, as I mentioned. The struggle continued, at which time the suspect got on top of Austin and gained an advantage on him. Austin again used the knife that he had in his hand to defend himself, and he cut the suspect. The suspect was now bloody and had cuts that he had sustained from Austin. He tried to leave the residence. Austin, not missing a beat, attempted to grab that individual and hold him until police got there. 911 had been called. His mother and his brother had made that call, and we were on our way. Austin was unable to keep control of that suspect, and the suspect got outside the residence. He took off and ran into the neighborhood. Officers quickly got into the areas and were able to apprehend that individual. He was taken into custody. And as a result of Austin's quick thinking and bravery, we were able to take a dangerous criminal off the streets of our city. So today, I want to present Austin with a plaque in appreciation for your efforts and what you did for the citizens in this community and for the Wichita Police Department. So, it reads, Austin, in appreciation for your assistance to the Wichita Police Department, September of 2016. So thank you so much for your help in taking this gentleman off the streets. So, and Michelle, she put you in for this award a while back, and so anyway, all right. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
there you go. And they may want to have some questions for you.
Yep.
Kind of just tell us what was going through your head at that moment when you were hearing all this commotion and then knowing that your mother was upstairs with your younger brother?
Just trying to figure out what was going on at hand, and then just assess the situation as best as possible. Then when he broke in the house, just trying to figure out how to take control of the situation and best handle the situation or whatever. And then when I heard the confrontation, I figured, all right, you know, so I couldn't obviously find the key to the gun cabinet to get my shotgun, so I just grabbed my pocket knife, you know, and just been taught, you know, from my uncle and my several uncles and grandpa or whatever, just wouldn't find any weapon from the Marine Corps or whatever, so just grabbed it, and then I seen him upstairs asking for money and whatnot. Just threw him into the corner, and then he was saying, you know, to let him go or whatever, and I was like, oh, we're going to stay here till the police get here. So when he tried to hit me with his Wonder Bar, that's when I started stabbing or whatever, and then that conversation went on for a little while, and then got away, and then the police obviously got him not too long after that, but that's pretty much it.
Austin, do you ever think, you know, in the moment, you know, this guy is brazen enough to walk in my house with a crowbar demanding money? Do you ever think this could be a really dangerous guy? And what made you be able to muster up that strength to do what you did?
Just pretty much, I mean, really ain't, to me personally, it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, just face the situation and get after it. I mean, courage is being afraid of something but doing it anyway, so that's kind of what made me do it, I guess.
How old are you?
19.
Oh, well, so you're young yourself.
Yep.
You were 17, 18 at the time?
17.
Oh, well.
Yep.
Yeah, you just talked about facing your fear, courage. Were you fearful at the moments for your family? Talk about who was in the house and what you were feeling at that moment.
Just my brother and mom were in the house, obviously, and truthfully, I wasn't really nervous or nothing. I mean, just kind of is what it is. I mean, can't really do nothing else about it. Just get after it, I guess. I mean, I don't really know what else to say.
A hero? You consider yourself a hero?
No, just doing what needed to be done at the time. You're welcome.
Anything else? All right. Well, we do congratulate you on your bravery. You know,
Thank you.
Henry Ford once said that if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And so you knew you needed to take care of your family, and you could do it that day. So we congratulate you
Thank you.
on your bravery from that day. All right.
Thanks, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, and thank your family. I appreciate you all coming in this morning. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thanks.
The case number regarding that case for Austin is 15C 003851. 003851. All right, we have two Interwatch items we're going to go over, and then Austin will be here if you have any further questions. First case number is 17C 22154. It's an aggravated robbery of a commercial house in the 2600 block of South Seneca. Occurred yesterday at approximately 6 p.m. Tuesday, April 4th, at approximately 6 p.m., officers were dispatched to an armed robbery call at the Hollywood Alterations in the 2600 block of South Seneca. When officers arrived, they made contact with a 54-year-old female. The female stated an unknown suspect entered the business with a black handgun and wanted money. Money was given to the suspect, and the suspect then fled on foot. There were no injuries in the case. There was also another 40-year-old female witness in the store at the time of the incident, also not injured. We do ask if you have any information on this case, please call Crime Stoppers at 267-2111 or call our detectives at 268-4407. And I'll get this. I don't have the suspect description right now, but I will get it to you. Second case is going to be a home accident, firearms, from yesterday at approximately 6 p.m. as well. Case number is 22167. Occurred in the 9700 block of West Lawn. On Tuesday, April 4th, at approximately 6 p.m., officers were dispatched to a shooting call at a residence in the 9700 block of West Lawn. A 36-year-old male advised that he walked into his bedroom closet and found his 12-year-old son on the floor with a gunshot wound to his upper body. The 12-year-old male was rushed to an area hospital where he was unfortunately pronounced deceased due to his injuries. At the time of the incident, there was also a 12-year-old female at the residence, and she was not injured. Through the investigation, it appears that the injury is self-inflicted, and we're still investigating to see if this was an accident or potentially a suicide. Our thoughts and prayers do go out to this family during such a tragic time in their lives.
The 12-year-old female, was that a sister?
It's a sibling.
Sibling?
Yeah.
Were there a total of just 3 people inside the home at that time?
At the time of the incident, there was, yes, the dad, the victim, and then another 12-year-old. There was a couple other siblings that came home later, but at the time of the incident, there was 3.
Oh, so the dad heard the gun and then went to his bedroom?
He was home at the time of the incident. Yeah.
Was it a pistol, Charlie?
It was a handgun. Yes. Yep. All right, finally we get some sun. So have a good day and be safe.